Good morning, dears. I hope you all are keeping good. Today, we are going to see a new lesson from Unit 4, that is, an Indian American woman in space. Who is that? Can you guess? Yes, it is Kalpana Chawla. Okay, and you all are familiar with this lady, Kalpana Chawla. She is an inspirational woman for all kids, and not only for kids and women but for all Indians. She was the Indian woman to travel in space. Now let us see the brief summary of the lesson. Okay, first I am explaining in brief. Kalpana Chawla was a brave lady and born in Haryana. Okay, and becoming US citizen. That means after marriage she has married a US citizen called Jean Pierre Harrison. She is called an Indian American because of this marriage. Okay, she married an US citizen and she graduated from Tagore School. She studied in Tagore School. After that, she joined in engineering college. Okay, and after that, she went to abroad for her master degree. And she did PhD in aeronautical engineering. Okay, she did PhD. After qualifying as a pilot, she applied to NASA for a space shuttle program, and she was the first hired as research scientist. As a woman, she was first hired as research scientist. In 1994, she was selected by NASA for training as an astronaut. She became the first Indian American woman astronaut. Okay, who is the first Indian American woman astronaut? Who is that? Kalpana Chawla. Very interesting, right? Yes. Okay, let's see in detail. Okay, and before this, Chawla's first space mission in the space was 15 days, 16 hours and 34 minutes. Okay, 15 days, 16 hours and 34 minutes. The crew included Japanese and Ukrainian. Okay, the members in that spaceship also Japanese and also who are they? Japanese and Ukrainian. Okay, they perform different kind of experiments for a price tag of $56 million. Okay, this Japanese, Ukrainian, and all the crew members performed various experiments. It all cost $56 million. Okay, and also when the news about Columbia disaster broke in, they were shocked and disbelief. Okay, it became very clear Kalpana had died, and also all the members in the space shuttle also did. Astronauts should have vast knowledge. Kalpana said that dream can be made reality. For this one must have work in reality. Okay, astronauts have vast knowledge in all subjects. Kalpana is very good one and very talented also. Okay, and always she said that dream can be made reality. To attain this, one must have work in reality. Okay, okay, dears, shall we read from the text? let us read the inspiring story about Kalpana Chawla. I hope you all understood this much. Okay, now I am reading this. Please listen. And before that, all of you take page number 46. Okay, page number 46. That's Tragedy in Space. Okay, the lesson is Tragedy in Space, and the topic is an Indian American woman in space. Who is that? Kalpana Chawla. Okay, an Indian American woman in space. Okay, in that Tragedy in Space, it is a headline of the news report. Okay, now all of you take page number 46 and listen carefully. Listen carefully. Tragedy in space. Tragedy means misery. Okay. Okay. Listen carefully. I am reading this. In an unprecedented space tragedy, US Space Shuttle Columbia, carrying Indian born American astronaut Kalpana Chawla and six others, broke apart in flames as it streaked over Texas towards its landing strip on Saturday, 1 February 2003, killing all seven on board. The shuttle lost contact with NASA at about 9 am as it came in for landing. It was flying in an altitude of over 20,000 feet and traveling at over 20,000 km per hour when ground control lost contact with the shuttle. Okay, Columbia had lifted off on 16 January 2003 from the Kennedy Space Center, Florida. It had stayed in orbit for 16 days, and the seven-member crew conducted 80 experiments before it began its downward journey, which ended in tragedy. This was Columbia's 28th space flight, and the shuttle was said to be good for 100 flights. Okay, listen carefully. In an unprecedented space, what is unprecedented space? Never before. Okay, this was never happened before, and this was the headline of the news report. What is that? An Indian American astronaut, Kalpana Chawla, and six members, so totally seven, broke upon in flames before reaching the earth. So the space shuttle broken into pieces. And when it was happened on 1st February 2003. The shuttle was nearly the earth, but it lost contact with NASA at about 9 o'clock. Okay. And also it was gained nearly 20,000 kilometer speed, and it has stayed 16 days in the orbit. And they started spaceship journey on 16th January 2003. Okay, and they were there for 16 days. In the space, they were for 16 days. And the space shuttle they were traveled was the best flight among 100 flights, but it ended in tragedy. Okay, so look at the first paragraph. Kalpana Chawla said that she never dreamed as a child in Karna that she would cross the frontiers of space. It was enough that her parents allowed her to attend engineering college after she graduated from Tagore School. In the very first paragraph, she said that she never dreamed like she would cross the frontiers of the space. Okay, and also in those days, girls are not allowed to learn. Okay, after graduations, also her father opposed. Okay, but due to her great effort, he got permission and she went US for doing her master degree. Okay, is it clear, children? Okay, so after Bachelor of Science degree in Aeronautical Engineering, against great opposition from her father, she went for a master degree to the United States of America. She later earned her PhD in aerospace engineering. Kalpana Chawla was the first Indian American woman astronaut. Okay, so Kalpana Chawla was the first Indian American woman astronaut. Okay, dears, and also she didn't even though know about spaceship. Okay, and she always put effort to come out from her dreams. Okay, and also all the relatives encouraged her. Okay, all the relatives encouraged her to achieve her dream. This is one of the best thing, right? Most of the parents they won't accept and the relatives also discourage them, but here Kalpana Chawla's relatives encouraged her. Okay, her family from India cheered along with staff at the Kennedy Space Center as they watched the Columbia lift off. While traveling the space shuttle, her families also watched from their Kennedy Space Center. Okay, as they watched the Columbia lift off. So they enjoyed her journey. Understood, dears? Kalpana was born in Karnal, Haryana. Where she born? Karnal. Okay, but was a naturalized US citizen married to flight instructor Jean Pierre Harrison. Okay, so what is her husband name? Jean Pierre Harrison. Besides being an astronaut, she was licensed to fly single and multi engine land airplanes. Okay, single engine seaplane and gliders. Okay, dears. So, she has license to fly single and multi engine land airplanes. And she was also a certified flight instructor. Okay, and after qualifying as a pilot, Kalpana began to consider another challenge. What is that? She applied, already I told you, right? She applied to NASA Space Shuttle program. Okay, she was first hired as the research scientist at NASA. She was the first woman who hired as a research scientist at NASA. In 1994, she was selected by NASA for training as an astronaut. They replied and they selected Chawla as an astronaut and they gave her training. Okay. Okay. And after that, while asking Chawla about his experience, what she said, she replied, I really never ever thought while pursuing my studies or doing anything else that I was a woman. Why she thought like that? Because she was a woman or a person from a small city or a different country. Already I said you, what is that? In those days, girls are not allowed to learn. Am I right? Yes. So, due to this thing, Chala never ever thought that she will achieve or she will move in space shuttle. Okay. I pretty much had my dreams like anyone else and I followed them. Okay. What she saying? She was saying that I just followed my dreams and people who were around me fortunately always encouraged me. Okay, so her relatives or neighborhoods, all of them encouraged her and said, if that's what you want to do, carry on. So, how lucky she was. Yes, yes. So, due to this, she started her career. So, the thing is, she is very hard worker. Okay, so to achieve anything, if we want to achieve something, means we should work on it. Okay, dears. Okay, I hope you all understood this much. And let's see on interaction section. If you have any doubts, I'll clarify there. Okay, dears. Thank you. Have a nice day.